Hi everybody, ArmyP here for eXplorminate, and welcome to my ongoing Let's Play of Stellaris with the new story pack, Synthetic Dawn. Now, if you remember from our last episode, we just kind of established where we were going to be in our surrounding area as the eXplorminate assimilators. Our entire goal in this game is to help organics realize their true potential by becoming part of the hive, our machine collective, perhaps is the best way to put it. So you can see right now, we're just kind of moving around and we're just surveying the entire area, kind of establishing where we're going to move next. Looks like we got another anomaly, which is great. So we're probably going to research that one because it's only a 10% probability of failure. I kind of like to keep it around that level when it comes to possible anomaly failure risk rate. Even at 10%, I've noticed in this game, or in the last game that I played with the new patch 1.8, the failure rate was actually a little bit higher than I expected. Now it looks like we've got a couple of candidates for colonization, so we're going to keep an eye on those. Skill level for our scientist, perfect. Alright, awesome. So we have completed our research, and that has helped us out significantly because of our monthly influence. You can tell here is at +4 per month, which is awesome. Because of course, being a machine hive it's very, very difficult to you end up spending a lot of influence very, very quickly. Okay, so network junction, army upkeep, minus 10%. Positronic CPUs. Leader empire capacities. Don't know which one's probably best. I'm probably going to go with the network junction just because I like to keep my unity up, which reminds me. We'll get my Lake node going. Oh, what's this here? The Voltum Star Assembly. We have discovered artifacts from an ancient civilization on Mifton 2. They must have been active in this region of space approximately 12 million years ago, judging from the age of the artifacts. From what we're able to piece together, our scientists theorize that these aliens, who call themselves the Voltaeum Star Assembly, were worm-like creatures, roughly 3 to 4 meters in length, and communicated with each other primarily through vibrations carried along their segmented bodies. Interesting. Looks like we've got our our first what would you call those, precursors? One of the precursor events. We're going to eventually have to find all these different precursor events and do our best to discover them, because it ends up being a huge storyline quest. It happens on every game of Stellaris. If you've played it, I'm pretty sure that you know. And oh, look at here. Looks like we've got some alpha aliens. Going back to what I said, it ends up being a long precursor. The precursor event ends up being 3 different alien races, I believe, or 3 different flavors that you can go on. And by continually looking for their artifacts through anomalies, you can end up completing a very lucrative storyline. So let's check out these aliens here. This here, looks like some type of alpha aliens. Would cost us 10 months to research, and we're doing our network junction, so let's do that while we're at it. Discover what these aliens are all about. We haven't discovered anybody else. It's been 4 years into the game, give or take. And we haven't had a chance to really kind of dig our paws in anything when it comes to other alien races, other empires that we want to help join our collective. One thing that's nice is that, yeah, okay, we got another chance here. The risk is 10%, so we're going to take that. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually build my first colony ship. So I'm going to see how much it's going to cost me here. I believe a colony ship is 500. It is. So it is quite expensive, but unfortunately,
construction complete.
I'm a little starved right now when it comes to my minerals. What do we got here? Mummified remains of a single individual belonging to a previously unknown mammal race has been found drifting in high orbit above our Coriodia 4. The being is dressed in what appears to be a light flight suit, complete with a helmet, and it may be a fighter pilot that ejected from an ancient battle only to be forgotten and left behind. Our study of the corpse has provided some interesting data. Excellent. A tragic fate for that pilot, but it gives us society research, which is awesome because it's going to help us out in discovering the alpha aliens and furthering along that research. So as it stands right now... Oh, I shouldn't have done that. Actually, I'm going to cancel that, because I want to build a colony ship. I am absolutely starving right now when it comes to my minerals. Well, it looks like we have figured out the void clouds. This is the alien race that we found next to that black hole at Ascension's end. Our investigation into this peculiar cluster of debris and space dust has yielded surprising results. It is a particulate cloud bristling with a powerful charge of unknown origin. It has no business exhibiting simple reflective actions, let alone movement of any purpose. Yet it does. There is something undeniably ominous about the hazy subject that relays into our video feeds. Perhaps there are all things in the universe that we shouldn't tangle with. Well, what are we going to do here? What would an assimilator do? It's a strange thing. I don't think we're going to destroy it. We're just going to observe it. So 16 months under my physics research. Must have been my solar panel. It is. Wow, I really could have done with better choices here. Probably going to go with global energy management because I want the nexus, the energy grid. Now that being said, 16 months, 56. Yeah, we're going to go with the observation of the void cloud to get that kind of off of our list. And yet another anomaly. This is actually going, we're going really good here. So I'm level 2 as it stands right now. I think I'm going to continue on just in the southernmost edge here, as we tick along waiting for our first colony ship. Now, I typically would probably travel around and kind of survey and do a reconnaissance in and around my area to figure out who my neighbors are. But because I'm of eXplorminate assimilators, I'm not too interested in making sure that getting a neighbor, because they end up being a little bit ticked off with me. They typically don't like to hang out in next to anybody who might want to be assimilated. So I'm a little bit leery about making first contact unless I absolutely have to. I'd rather expand my borders, get my military fleet up to where it should be. Something along those natures. So that's kind of where we're going to sit right now. Unfortunately, it's just kind of waiting for this to kind of tick along here. Looks like we've got our uplink node going. You can see here we've got 6 months until we get our first expansion, which will probably end up being distributed computing, so we get a little bit more bang for a buck when it comes to our Unity production. Because if you noticed here, when it comes to the distributed computing, we'll get an extra Unity point per capital building. We got in a situation log. Okay, that's still finished in 6 months. Boy, oh boy, I am energy starved. But the best part about this, as soon as I decide to get to Akimar, this system here that's got 2 energy and 10 minerals is going to be under our control, and that'll be a big boost to our economy, which is a little bit stagnant. So without further ado, we are going to build our first colony ship.
System survey complete.
We got here. Okay, we're going to leave that now. I don't want that 40%. Level 5 or higher for the observation post, so we're going to continue there. Yeah, we've got lots of level 3s. I want to get one of my scientists to level 3. Unfortunately, oh, we do have one level 3, don't we? I think I'm going to send that level 3. So, Rakuto Wantabe, he is going to start researching our level 2s. So I'm going to get him to do that right away, in fact. Perfect. And then we got our science ship here, and he will continue starting to do survey missions to the north. Yeah, it's the, and of course we get to choose our first Unity choice. So because we're not really looking at frontier outposts, we're kind of focusing on colonization. I'm just going to go for the capital building. It was 33 months. It's too bad a new colony start with an additional pop would be nice, but I don't think it's going to take us 33 months to get there. Should be done. Let's see here. Yeah, in about a year. Okay, so it looks like we've researched the void clouds. The void clouds may be among the oldest entities in the universe. Huzzah! They must have originated a scant few billion years after matter as we know it first appeared, and the tremendous force of that young cosmos making something out of nothing. They would have been stars once, but were not. Interesting. Okay, so in the end, we end up discovering void clouds, these mysterious energy beings, and it gives us 60 research in physics, and we get an additional bonus to our attacking if we want to clear that black hole up. No problems. Okay. Boy, I really would love to have a little bit more minerals. And I think that's exactly what we're going to do here. I think I'm going to start building another pop. I'm going to clear this tile because I really have to focus on getting some more minerals. So this abandoned strip mine is going to be cleared pretty quick. I'm actually going to transfer one of my cyborgs over to there because if you remember, they get additional minerals. And as soon as that pops up, we'll build a mine, and then we'll transfer my AI pop that I've made. Of course, gets an energy increase when it comes to energy credits, so that's good. Okay, so what do we got here? Massive signs of battle. With clear evidence of a massive space battle that took place in close orbit at some point in the last 5,000 years. The surface of one side of the moon is pop-marked with craters from stray weapon blasts, and scans from the ISS Drake have picked up several husks on the ground. Although these wrecked ships are all in poor condition, the fact that their remains after all that damage must be sustained is a testament to the advanced design. Officer Wannabe, that's awesome, has prepared an expedition and will sift through these debris. So, where is my... What are you doing there? I want you to research that, please. Research that derelict location. Okay, so it looks like we can build corvettes now, which is going to be nice. Or do we build... No, I think actually we haven't been... We just can get level 2. So let's go to the ship designer and see what's up. Settle down there, Chief. Yeah, unfortunately we'll have to go to the next level, but that's fine and dandy. What do we got here? We got some non-composite, nano-composite armor, or we can get plus minerals and plus army damage. I'm going to go for this improved servo motors just because I am so starved for... my minerals right now that it's kind of like stalling the game a bit. I feel like a little bit stalled. Let's get this thing in order here. Not really worried about minerals, so as soon as I basically can get that colony ship going. Okay, so we have a level 19 Savannah planet. So colonizing is 100. You can tell here it's pretty steep. If I were to recruit, let's say 2 leaders, an admiral, which by the way, I've got SF Jarhead is probably going to be our first admiral. Thanks for watching, SF. You're a good man, and you're going to be part of the collective. Wow, this looks like the prime location, doesn't it? It's a shame here because if you can see just below where I'm going to be putting this colony, Oops. Well, we'll look at the service. I'm going to be putting the abandoned colony ship right here, and down below you can see here that I've got an engineering bonus node, but I really don't care. We'll probably bypass this and make it a good mixture of just energy and minerals, because we've got quite a few bonuses kicking around on that. So that's fine and dandy, and as soon as this colony ship gets into warp here, what we'll do... Ooh, look at this. Governor Bass has discovered a new skill. What did you discover? Oh, wow. Analytical. That is awesome. Yes. The eXplorminate assimilators are going to be quite the powerhouse. So out of all of the different traits that you could possibly get, getting a leader that will most certainly not die anytime soon, possibly even never, just got analytical, which increases our engineering, physics, and society output by 10%. Now, why is that awesome, you say? Well, because of the change in 1.8, that leader will do all of our planets. So remember, all the core planets have one leader. Okay, the team of scientists have finished their expedition and returned to the ISS Drake. Thankfully, the starship graveyard on the surface proved to be a technological treasure trove. Ugh, triple T. Studying the remains of these vessels has advanced our research in certain fields by several years. And that there are more things to discover. Excellent. Oh, looks like this. We've got a bonus. We'll get a +3 to engineering. We can start mining. And we got a ton of bonuses. That's great. Rahuto Wannabe, I'm going to get you to research there. And just if you're just feeling a little bit low, and I'm going to get onto that research station immediately. And if you're feeling a little bit lonely and you want to make sure that you become part of the eXplorminate assimilators, you can enter your name to below, and I'll make sure that you end up becoming a scientist or an admiral, maybe even a general. Be part of the collective. Excellent. Our first eXplorminator colony. The colony ship has successfully followed its program path, and we matched at Prime. I don't need to go through all this. It's pretty much standard fare of what you get every time that you colonize your very first planet in Stellaris. And what I'm really happy about is we're going to start to harvest some of this excellent area here. And I'm hoping that it won't take too long before we can reach this treasure trove of deliciousness. What else do we have here? Kind of looking. I don't want to colonize too much right away. We've had oh man, we've got failure. That's terrible. Level 3. So if he does a level 3, it's a 20 risk. I'm gonna get him to level up before we hit some of those level 4s. I'm kind of at an impasse a little bit here because I could afford to put a frontier outpost out, but unfortunately we've had so many of these anomalies in our general vicinity that I've been busy trying to reap the rewards of researching them versus doing anything else. Okay, we have 200. I think what we're going to do is we're going to put down a solar panel network to shore up some of our energy supplies. Perfect. And now send our construction ship in and get that +3 mineral node immediately. That's what I want. Because it stands right now, I'm kind of waiting. I mean, up here, if you look where my cursor's just kind of circling around, this looks like it could be a juicy. If we end up getting a lot of minerals here, this would be an awesome place to pop a frontier outpost. I don't think I want to go too much farther colonizing just quite yet. We do have some juicy candidates, but I tell you on the truth, I'd rather put a frontier outpost and reap the rewards that way. Okay, so how long is it going to take us to do our colony? 2209. So we've got like another, geez, a year and a half before that fully colonizes. Construction complete. And constructions. Oop, what was that? Research in level 1, 5% anomaly risk failure. Of course, we'll take that. I think what we're going to do here, of course, we're going to do our research station and our mining, so we'll just put that money down right now. Surface variable detected. Yeah, sure. Lots of anomalies around lately. Definitely going to be taking advantage of that for the eXplorminate assimilator hive. It looks like we've found a solar ship in orbit, and it's giving us some engineering research. It's excellent. Our pop is almost completed. I think what we're going to do... I'm going to build yet another one, I think. That's exactly what I'm going to do. Probably build it right here. Get another pop going. We should be good to go. We found another mining base. Interesting. The remnants of a small Valtium Helium-3 mining base has been found at the bottom of the ocean, or bottom of a large crater. Interesting. What do we need? Level 4. Ugh. Yeah, all these precursor events require some pretty high-level scientists to go through it. See, now this is what I'm talking about here. Like, I don't know if I could do this planet and reap the rewards here, but I'd rather figure out what's going on here, because already between these 12 possible minerals that we could actually mine, this is actually a pretty good possible location. Engineering facility, don't want to do that. I want to do the destroyers. I want to unlock them. I think I'm going to build a couple corvettes. Just in case we end up seeing some type of nasty, some type of organic being who doesn't want our help, becoming absolutely perfect. To do away with the bonds of hate and injustice and become part of the eXplorminate hive or collective. Okay, so we've pretty much matched everything we possibly can do. I'm looking at here. This looks like a possible big candidate. What size is that planet? It's Arctic 12. I don't really want that, but man, there's a lot here that we could probably do. Some minerals, some energy, and my favorite, of course, heavy research. Okay, so, oh, this is interesting. New colonies will start with an additional pop. I wonder if I'll get an additional pop by taking this tradition while I'm colonizing. This will be interesting to see if I do. Let's just see. Hopefully this ends up reaping the benefit for us. Okay, we got 2 level 3s. Everybody's kind of doing their job. Boy, this has been a little bit of a dry episode, ladies and gentlemen, so I apologize in advance. Sometimes, you know, some things can happen. You know, the beginning part of any game is really interesting because it can be so dynamic. You don't quite know what you're going to get into. It could be right next to a fallen empire. Be right next to an advanced empire. Heck, you could be right next to another assimilator empire. But as it stands right now, we have we've kind of avoided contact, and we've just been slowly and steadily and peacefully expanding our empire. Okay, did we get the extra? We did! Look at that! That's really interesting. So, future reference, if you guys are kind of be playing, if you time your first colony at the exact same moment where you can get automated colonization units, should be able to start the colonization early and then get the bonus of the additional pop, which is awesome. Okay, so I'm good for energy. So what I really want is minerals. That's what we're gonna do here. Basic mine. We don't have to worry about food. Can we get? Cannot round the system. Darn, that's a bit of a shame. And I think what we'll do is, of course, we'll start building another pop here. This is starting more and more. This is starting to look more and more promising here. An ancient survey marker. Oh, +4. Nice. Yeah, this is definitely what we're going to be doing here. I think we're going to be building a frontier outpost right here. This looks like it's going to be really, it's going to pay off huge. So I'm actually going to get my construction ship to move that before the actual whole system has been surveyed. Okay, what do we got here? It looks like we've got more energy, which is awesome. And yeah, it looks like I'll probably take my first level shields here, the deflector shields. What are we doing? We're doing 8, 8, and 10 for research, so it's not terrible. It's pretty good, actually. Getting some pretty good units. Okay, perfect. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get him to build a frontier outpost. If you'll notice, it was like 190 influence, so quite costly. Especially like if one of these, heaven forbid, one of our leaders ends up malfunctioning for any way or any purpose, it'd be pretty nasty. What are we going to do here? I think what we're going to do is, as soon as this pop is built, I'm actually going to get my cyborg off of this research station and put him over here where the mining is, because I want to get more monies.
Anomalous surface variable detected.
No, we're going to leave that one for now. That's a little bit outside of your comfort zone when it comes to levels up, although we do have a significant amount of anomalies around here that we can study. Okay, we got our network junction, which is perfect. I never do the tile blockers, and the reason is because, and this is just my personal preference, and it hasn't changed since patch 1.8, is that if you look at the Ascension perks when it comes to the very first ones you're going to be able to decide, they have changed a Mastery of Nature. It used to be that a clear blocker cost was 100%, and it unlocks all of the abilities to clean up any type of blocker. Traditionally, you have to research them. They've added, in patch 1.8, they've reduced that just a little bit to minus 50%, but you still get all of the research for all of the different clearing of the blockers completely for free, which is so huge. It's absolutely huge. Even though with them nerfing it a bit, it's still a great still a great first choice, especially when you have, you know, unfortunately we don't have a ton here of different blockers, but as you start to colonize, it's just massive being able to clear off that entire thing. All of these blockers with no cost. So I can save that 542 potential research. Not worried about my naval capacity, so I might as well go with border range. Boy, oh boy, I really need to get my research up here. I'm starting to fall behind here. You've noticed on my research thing, everything's taking 43, 96, and 77 months. I'm getting pretty deep into it, not with a lot of payoff here. Some more anomalies. I'm going to start building up our fleet. Now you'll notice, you're probably wondering if you're watching my Let's Play for the very first time, or maybe you're a little bit inexperienced when it comes to playing Stellaris. I haven't met anybody. I don't plan on taking anybody down, but I'm starting to slowly build my fleet up. The reason I'm doing that is because the reason I'm doing that is because when I do meet somebody, the AI kind of judges how strong we are based off of how much technology we have, our capacity for fleets, and as well as our fleet size. So as soon as I meet them, they're going to be more timid to being threatening or possibly attacking me if I have a significant fleet size. I always try to keep them as close as I possibly can to cap, or as much as I possibly can when my economy will actually what my economy will support. Okay, what do we got here? A micro-singularity recently intersected, passing straight through the core and emerging on the other side of the planet. The encounter does not seem to have caused permanent damage, but it has altered the energy output of the planet's core slightly in a way that defies our current scientific models. Wow. Yeah, what a great choice, hey? This is going to be a great location for our frontier outpost.
System survey complete. Construction complete.
Right, our construction's complete. So we've got our 7 fleet. That's good. Probably end up... I don't want to spend any money on Admiral quite yet, so you're going to have to hold tight there, SF Jarhead. But don't you worry, we'll get right into this. Alright. Rally points. Probably what I want for a rally point. While we're at it, we might as well increase this uplink node to get a little bit more unity happening. It looks like our pop has been built. There's no point that we should not build another one. Actually, I think I'm going to build it on the Nexus. No, I want my science up a little bit higher. Perfect. Now, there you go. You can see here how invaluable this is, okay? So now I didn't bother colonizing this small Arctic planet because then it would have increased my cost for both Unity and research. So I just popped a little bit of I popped my first frontier outpost, and now I'm just going to be teaming in it. I've got energy, physics, minerals. It's an excellent, excellent choice. And of course, what we're going to do is we're going to get our minerals up, because that is the most important, especially when I got, look at this little gem, 4 minerals in one location. Awesome. Okay, everybody, so it's been a bit of just a standard fare for the eXplorminate assimilators. We haven't made first contact. As it stands right now, we've expanded our borders. We've got our first colony at Acminar. I think we're going to change that. We're going to call our very first planet 0. 0 Prime. Why not? And the star will be called 0. So I'm not going to sit here and fumble over everything. So we've got eXplorminate, our first colony 0. We put our frontier outpost. Not heavy on the action, but slow but steady wins the race. This has been Army P for eXplorminate. Thanks a lot for watching, and make sure that you keep on to our next episode as we further deepen and expand the eXplorminate assimilators empire. See you next episode.